What is up, guys? Blue Sun JRPGs here, bringing you guys another video. Not gonna be anything super crazy today, but man, I just saw Avengers Infinity War, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. But before I really get into that, guys, I just finished up Attack on Titan. What an amazing anime series that was. I'm not the biggest anime guy, but I'm trying to get more into it. I just got the Crunchyroll subscription. So if one of you guys could recommend me an awesome anime to check out next, I've only really seen the mainstream stuff like Sword Art Online, Tokyo Ghoul, Dragon Ball, Attack on Titan, One Piece, stuff like that. So recommend me something a little more niche. I'd love to check it out. And I don't care if it's English dub or English sub. A lot of people rip on the English dubs, but I actually like it. I know it's not for everybody, but for me, that doesn't bother me at all. I'm an English speaker, so I do prefer that, shockingly, I guess. Okay, so on to Infinity War. Guys, what a crazy movie. Obviously, this is going to be spoilers. I can't talk about a movie without including spoilers. So, what an incredible movie. Right off the bat, man, Thanos, I thought they did a wonderful job on him. Really explaining his backstory and why he was trying to do why he was trying to basically kill half the people. Why he was trying to go after the Infinity Stones. I think that's a major problem in a lot of superhero movies, or basically any kind of action movie where the bad guy doesn't seem to have any kind of realistic motive. But I kind of saw his side. Obviously, I wasn't for him, but I definitely saw his side. It's the same thing in the Black Panther. A lot of people saw where Warmonger was coming from, and that creates a much better villain. When the villain actually feels flushed out, and the villain actually feels like he's just as believable and just as real as the actual heroes, it creates a much better movie, and they did a really good job with that. One of the common things I've seen throughout the internet, and I have to agree with it, is that they did an awesome job on bringing all the characters together in a way that didn't really seem convoluted. I took my father to actually go see it with me. He's not the biggest Marvel guy. He's seen a couple of the movies, so he knows a little bit about them. But it was a really simple thing. It was really a simple plot to understand for anybody. This is the type of movie that you could bring your son to, your cousin, your aunt, whoever you want, and they could have never seen a single Marvel movie before, or never see a superhero movie before, and they would have got everything because it was pretty simple and pretty basic to understand, which is obviously a good thing for us. I think the Scarlet Witch really stole the show, though. She was an awesome character in this. Some people have said she seemed a little bit underpowered, but, I thought that was the exact opposite. I thought she was arguably the most powerful Avenger in the entire movie. Other than that, Doctor Strange was awesome as well, too. He was a big step up from what I saw in his actual movie, and I think they actually really portrayed him very well in this. The character that I'm most disappointed in, though, has to be Spider-Man. He came off like such a bitch in this movie. I don't know what happened, though, to this guy. Spider-Man is one of the most important characters in the Marvel Universe, and he's one of the strongest. And in this movie, he was by far the weakest character, by far. Maybe the Hulk was weaker because he didn't even show up, which was crazy as well, too. But I see where they're coming from the Hulk, at least, where they didn't want to make the Hulk overpowered and basically end the battle. But Spider-Man was weak, the Hulk was weak, and the Vision was weak. I don't know what happened to those three characters. It was a little disappointing to see them, especially because they are some of the most important characters in the universe. I do love the Guardians of the Galaxy too. My father loves the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's probably the reason he actually went and saw the movie. And I thought they had a lot of them in there. I thought there was some very heartbreaking things when Gamora died, Groot died. Groot was a little bit of an asshole. I'm calling him out right now. Groot was an asshole in this movie. No teenager acts like that. I know he's supposed to be like the teenagers that give a shit, but that was crazy, man. Groot is the man in all the other movies, and he comes off like a bitch in this movie. But that's here nor there, I guess. Gamora died. Quill died. Quill cost everything. They had him. They had Thanos beat, and then Quill fucked everything up. I don't know what he was doing with that, but I'll say, though, the story was ingenious. There were a couple parts that were a little stupid. For me, I thought that giving the Time Stone up to Thanos was obviously a dumb idea. But then talking to my friends after about the movie, it made a little bit more sense. It makes sense that maybe the one way he saw to win out of the 14 million was giving Thanos the Time Stone. It's possible. I don't know. I thought there were very few parts that seemed like they didn't belong in the movie. I know that I can't even think of a part that didn't actually belong in the movie, to be honest with you. I thought everything had a point. It started out a little bit slow for me, but that was maybe the first 10-15 minutes. What do you expect out of a 2-hour and 40-minute movie? At the end of the movie, I thought it was almost a little bit too action-based, if you can believe that or not. It seemed like the entire movie was just war, which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong, but you do need some story plot in there as well too, especially for the people who haven't seen all the movies up to date. No, but the best thing though in the entire movie, the best bit of story writing was when Thanos goes back in time and gets the Soul Stone back. Not the Soul Stone, the freaking stone that Vision had right now. I'm freaking drawing a blank on what stone Vision had. But that was awesome. I thought it was over. I thought that was how they were going to defeat Thanos. And then he goes back in time like that. That was so ingenious, man. That was the best writing I think I've ever seen in a Marvel or superhero movie. So hats off to them for that. You know, I've talked a lot with my friends about what we think's going to happen in the sequel. You know, it's interesting to see. I think Captain Marvel has to come in and save the day. It's going to be Captain Marvel or Iron Man, Captain America, one of the big guys. Maybe Hulk comes around. I can't even remember if Hulk lived or not. Obviously, I think M'Baku is going to become the new Black Panther. I wonder about the Black Panther's sister, though. I think she might be alive, so I think she might have a pretty big part in the second one. We'll see about that. Rocket Raccoon survived. I was happy to see that. And we were talking about this. We think that maybe Thanos, he might be a little bit disappointed with the way things work out. He may be bored. He may feel like he's accomplished everything. Now he's just sitting back. And although he wanted that in the beginning, he may be bored by that. So he may choose to revive some of those characters. We also talked about how maybe the Soul Stone doesn't actually kill the people. It just kind of traps them in like a purgatory state. And some of the Avengers may actually be able to come back through that state back into the world and fight Thanos that way. I think that would really catch Thanos off guard, really kind of scare him. Almost kind of the way that when Harry Potter came back in the 7th movie, when he came back and fought Voldemort, after Voldemort already killed him once, that kind of shook Voldemort, and that kind of gave him the psychological advantage. And we might see something like that in the sequel. And overall, guys, I was so happy to see Thanos prevail. I thought that was perfect. We see so many superhero movies where the bad guys are basically nothing, and they can't even do anything at all to stand up. But Thanos is a freaking god, and for him to actually come out and win the first part of the battle, obviously he's gonna lose the war. We know this, but for him to at least win one battle, I think it was pretty big. It definitely keeps that suspense going more for me in movies going forward, which is obviously a good thing. But overall, guys, just wanted to give my opinions. There are so many ways this movie can go moving forward. I'm super excited. I can't wait to see the next one. Let me know what you guys think. And again, recommend me an anime, guys. I'm trying to get into more anime. Really appreciate all the love. Just wanted to do a quick video for you guys. I'm super busy this week. I'm going to EDC in Las Vegas next week. It's going to be insane. If any of you guys are out there, I don't know if any of you will be, but if any of you are out there, let me know, guys. I'll buy you a beer or something. But peace out. Blue Sun JRPG.